Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am Stephanie, your tarot reader, and today's reading is going to be September 2024 predictions. So you're going to see what the month of September has to bring for you. So I'm going to do this selection a little bit differently. I want to draw runes for each pile, so I'm not going to know what these runes are until I bring them out. So let's start with group 1. I'm going to get 3 for each one. So for group 1, we have raido. We also have thurisaz. At least I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. And I will tell you these meanings within the piles. And we have the empty rune, which is a rune of destiny or creating your own future, creating your own life path here. So the second pile, pile 2, we have, this is nautiz. We also have, is it ehwaz? Ehwaz. And jera. Pile 3. Okay, pile 3. There's your rune. It just fell out. We have pertho. We have ansuz. And this is hagalaz. And then pile 4, for you we have, how do you pronounce this? Is it othila? We also have algiz and Isa. So take a moment to think about the runes, think about your month of September, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the runes raido, thurisaz, and the blank rune, then we have your reading here for you for the month of September. So I did have a song stuck in my head for you. I'm not sure how many of you are going to resonate with this. It's a song in Portuguese and Spanish by Roberto Carlos. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's such a pretty song. The song is called Un gato en la oscuridad, which translates into a cat in the darkness. And the song is about heartbreak or about reminiscing about like a past love connection or even like childhood love, like first love. At least that's how I always take it to be. And there's something here about, there's one part of the song, it's like the only one who's ever seen me cry is this cat. So I'm not sure if some of you are venting to your pets this month about a particularly heartbreaking situation. It doesn't have to be romantic, of course, but if it resonates, you can take that. And I don't know what it's called in Portuguese. I grew up with the Spanish version because I speak Spanish. But let's go ahead and look at your month of September. We're going to tap into the oracles, and then we're going to go into the tarot in a more organized fashion. We're going to see your general love and career/finance. So let's start with the runes. So we have raido, which is a journey. Thurisaz, protection. So I feel like some of you are going on a journey somewhere. You could literally be traveling, and this is letting me know that you will be very protected. And if you feel that you need to take extra precautions to be safe or to be protected, by all means do take them. Whatever eases your mind this month is what's really going to be important for you, because when I'm looking at this blank rune, I'm thinking that you can make this month whatever you want it to be, or you can make this journey, this situation, whatever you want it to be. I am taking journey a little bit more literally because I know a lot of people travel in September, but you could also make it a journey of the mind, soul, heart, whatever the situation is here. Do take those extra precautions to make yourself feel as good as you can. Especially for those of you prone to bouts of like anxiety. We're tapping into Virgo season here, and I love my Virgos. I know so many Virgos. I know a lot of people born in September in general. I think it's the month with the most birthdays, but I'm getting like a little bit of anxiousness or a little bit of unsureness. So again, take those extra precautions to feel safe. The card you got though is Yi, the sun, letting me know that a lot of you are stepping into an energy of confidence, of being either the center of attention or just gaining more attention somehow. I feel like you're going to become very used to this, or it's going to be something that comes naturally, because maybe some of you are getting anxious due to the fact that you know you will be in the public eye, or maybe, like I said, you're just gaining more attention, so more stuff is coming for you, more things are going to be headed your way as a result, good things, or I guess good and bad things, depending on how you want to see it. Let's go ahead and get your Mabon cards for the month of September. My pile 1, we have molasses 26. To move forward, you must know where you are headed. Yeah, I feel like some of you are going forward with something, going on a journey. And this is letting me know that you have to make sure that all the things are in place for you to go forward. We are just coming out of a Mercury retrograde. So there is going to be a bit of a shadow zone where like things are still unraveling from whatever the retrograde did. So still act as if it's retrograde. And I feel like some of you will want to anyway. That Virgo energy makes us very meticulous and prone to fixating on small details. For some of you, part of this month could go a little bit slow, like molasses as well. We have kitchen witchery 23. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly into your life. Be in gratitude. So definitely some of you are gaining more abundance, money, or whatever it is that you need more of in September. I feel like you're letting it come in a very easy fashion. And campfire 6, do not fear opening your mouth and allowing your tongue to speak. So for those of you who have to say something, make sure you say something. I feel like you shouldn't be afraid of expressing yourself this month. It's going to be a great month for communication in general, especially coming out of the retrograde and allowing there to be, again, you're very meticulous, you're paying attention to close details, and you're allowing yourself to speak very freely and or honestly. There could be somebody coming through with some confessions as well with campfire. I'm thinking of multiple people. So either you'll be speaking to a lot of people or your close group of people. It could even be a one-on-one situation if that's appropriate here. But let's go ahead and get your woodland wardens, your animals, to see what awaits you in the month of September. For my pile 1. Very throat chakra heavy. Like I feel like a lot of you are popping open that throat chakra when you're typically not used to it. Ooh, we have the vulture and asphodel upheaval. For some of you, I feel like there's been a little bit of a, I don't want to say upheaval, but either something surprising, something that's come out of nowhere. You could have people coming back into your life or situations, people or situations that you thought you were kind of done with. When I'm thinking of a vulture, I'm thinking of how they eat roadkill. You know, they clean up the street. So it's like you thought the streets were clean and then here comes the vulture again. Not saying that this person or situation is a vulture, but it's kind of like, oh, there they are. You know, they're hard to ignore. Vultures are huge birds. I don't know if you ever see them in person. They are hard to ignore. So that's what I imagine with the vulture, is that somebody here could be coming back when you thought you were done with them. Let's get one more. So it'll feel like an upheaval, but the truth is there was some unfinished business here. We also have the lizard and pitcher plant stagnation. So there is a feeling that you kind of want to break out of the stagnation. Maybe this person that we're talking about or situation is bringing a sort of stagnation. I am getting that with molasses. It's kind of like there are certain things that are slowing you down or bringing you to a standstill in September because you are being forced to focus on certain details about this situation or being forced to close out that chapter in the best way possible. I am getting a sense of closure. I'm also getting a sense that things need to be said before they can really be done with, you know. It's like maybe somebody was owing you something, either an explanation, maybe something physical, or, you know, I'm getting the sense of like when two people break up and they're bringing each other's stuff to their places where they're residing. It's like, oh, here's your box of stuff and here's your box of stuff. It's like, okay, we're done with here. It's like there was only those last few things that you needed to do. So take that as it resonates. Back of the deck, we have the Ram and Dahlia, determination. But I feel like this is going to give you a sense of empowerment. It's like, good, I am finally done with this. I can move forward with my life. I don't have to worry about this. For a lot of you, it does feel like a person. For some of you, it feels like a situation and there's just like a key person within that situation. So let's get more cards. I'm going to do more runes. I've been very into runes lately. So for my pile 1, we have Lagoose, which, if I'm correct, means travel over water. Or another, oh, healing. So my little booklet says healing, which makes sense. Water is very healing, but I'm also noting the turtles. Like I said, there's a bit of a slowdown for some of you in September, at least the beginning of September. I don't know if it picks up halfway through, but I feel like a lot of you are either really focusing on your healing or maybe you're finishing out a healing journey. Maybe for some of you, you've been healing all summer and now it's like, okay, it's time to move on to my next adventure. It's like you're waiting for that wave to carry you either to shore or to your next, however surfing terminology is, to your next wave, to your next destination. I have been getting a lot of surfing terminology and imagery in my readings lately. So I'm not sure who comes to my monthlies that surfs. If this is you, please comment below. I'm very interested in how you view surfing and healing and water all in one. Very interesting. I only get it during the monthlies too, because I remember August was something similar. But let's go ahead and get your last cards for my pile 1. What awaits you in the month of September? What awaits you the month of September? So we're using the Prism Oracle. We have faith, magic, lots of purple, third eye energy for sure, flow, look at that. The synchronicity, I love it. And one more, ghost. I was getting the ghost. If somebody ghosted you, they're coming back with an explanation. And it doesn't matter whether they wanted to come on their own or whether you manifested this. If you manifested this, that's fine. I feel like anybody who is doing something like this, like just not taking your feelings or your life into consideration, they deserve to be brought back against their will to make themselves explain. That's just what accountability is. That's what an adult would do. And I typically don't say this, but I feel like some of you are just kind of done with the whole ghosting culture. It's like, what is that? Unless something shady really happened to that person, like, again, it's an explanation. It's like eventually they'll come back. Or maybe there was something that was going on with them and they're explaining themselves. Regardless, I feel like that energy, you're just done with it. So this could even be something you're healing from. Maybe somebody ghosted you and it really did a number on you when you typically wouldn't really care. I don't know who that's for. I feel like some people have typically not really cared in the past. If people ghosted them, you're like, okay, whatever, that's just dating life. But whatever happened over the summer or in the past month in August, something just really, really, either it triggered you, it rubbed you the wrong way, or you were just getting it was something messed up that somebody did. Maybe it was a person that you thought wouldn't do that to you either. But they are coming back with an explanation. Whether it's through their own volition or not. Maybe somebody is forcing them to do this. Maybe that you have a friend in common, or maybe they have a friend who knocks some sense into them. Whatever the situation is. With magic, I see you manifesting a lot. I don't think it's going to be on purpose. I don't feel that your manifestation is something that you go out of your way for. Or even if you do, it doesn't feel like you're forcing it. It doesn't feel like you're doing this. You're not trying to manifest. You just are. And I feel like it's because you're in a much better environment in September than you were in the past, or whatever you were coming out of. With faith, I feel like that goes hand in hand. It's like you believe in your ability to manifest. You believe in your ability to take control of your life and everything that happens within it. So you're able to call this in a lot more fluidly, which goes into the flow. And I feel like that comes again because you have healed a lot. When I'm thinking of flow now, I'm thinking of not just going with the flow or doing what you know you need to do. It's sometimes healing. When we follow our intuition and our gut, sometimes we are being guided towards very healing situations, things, or certain aspects. I'm being told to show this example, and I feel like I've given it before. It's like sometimes I'll just be called to do something really weird, like, hey, go buy a perfume. And I've never been a perfume person, and I did. And what I found was that a lot of these perfumes that I was getting into, they have a certain a healing factor to them. Aromatherapy is very healing, at least for some of you here. Maybe this is my group of aromatherapeutic people. And it doesn't have to be fancy perfume. I chose fancy perfumes for whatever reason. It could also be essential oils or even something more natural, whatever the situation is here. But I was guided toward that, and it really did shift my perspective. I feel like it gave me a whole new identity, being somebody who, gets to wear nice perfumes or something like that. But that was just like an intuitive nudge to do that. I just kind of popped into a store one day, and I luckily found the right person to help me out with that, because she was very knowledgeable about perfumes. Shout out to her. I don't know if I've ever seen her again. I hope I do. But, it's that kind of energy. Maybe you're being guided to go with the flow into something that is going to heal you. So whether this is going to a particular place, or maybe eating somewhere, or maybe you're being asked to have a conversation with somebody, I feel like there's going to be very healing energy. So yes, you're done with a very, you're done with like the difficult part of healing, the one where you have to feel all the pain and the hurt and the things that are, the tricky emotions. We're done with that. Now it's like the smoother healing. This is like we're done with the surgery. Now we're in recovery mode, but it's still healing. So that's what I'm thinking of here for the month of September. I love this energy already. I feel like a lot of you are going to feel very empowered due to this. It's like, I'm no longer crying about this. I am now moving on and accepting all the beautiful things that life has to offer me. So if this sounds like something that you've been up to, something you want to claim in the month of September, let's move on to the tarot portion. And I want to thank you for clicking on this reading. I love reading for you, and I do hope you find this reading helpful and insightful. So for the tarot portion, as usual, well, maybe not as usual. I don't always have time for the 3 parts, but I'm doing 3 parts this month around because I love the month of September. It's a fun month for me. So we're doing 3 sections. The first row is going to be your general reading. The second is going to be love and friendships, relationships in general. And sometimes family. Sometimes family does pop up in that because it's how we relate to people. And the third one is going to be career and or finance. So for my pile 1, let me move your runes off to the side. Are they still in the shot? Yeah, okay. So general messages for the month of September. We have King of Wands, shine your inner candlelight, bright enough for others to follow. Yeah, some of you are really shining this month. You're taking back control of your life. You're being very charismatic. It wouldn't surprise me if people sought you out. The King of Wands could be somebody else coming into your life as well, who's going to kind of take control and really want to show you a good time. We have Judgment 20. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Oh, and look, here's that cat. The cat in the darkness. Maybe some of you have a cat or you're getting a cat. Yeah, cat energy is important here. Let's go ahead and get the rest of them. We have the Hermit 9. There are some things that must be done on your own. Some of you could really tap into Hermit energy in September, especially if you have a lot going on, whether that's with school, work, or whatever the situation is. Also, 9 is the month of September, and Hermit is Virgo energy. So this is just confirmation for those of you who are September-born Virgos. You're very much doing you. We have the Page of Cups. Let yourself be continually surprised by this thing called life. And again with the ocean imagery. So some of you are tapping into, I'm seeing like your inner child coming through. Like you're doing things for your inner child here. And the last card we have the Tower 16. Get ready, things are about to get shaken up. Yeah, like I said, it's that upheaval card. There's something coming through in September that you weren't expecting, but I feel like it's for the better. In fact, I don't like this imagery because I never really associated the Tower with like bad things. Sometimes unexpected things can be really good things, So I refuse to take negative meanings for the Tower. Back of the deck, 7 of Cups. Not every great option you've given will be a great option for you. I'm not taking that either. I'm getting more that you have a lot of options. And with all those options, you're allowed to experiment, to do certain things. For example, if you're dating a lot, you are allowed to go on multiple dates with multiple people to see what you like, to see what you can get out of it. Sometimes you just end up being friends and that's fine. And sometimes you do find somebody worthwhile. Sometimes you end up being more business partners, whatever the situation is. I feel like there's nothing wrong with the indecision you might be faced with in September, especially heading towards that Libra energy towards the end of the month. I feel like this is all good. Like you're keeping your options open and you're not really committing to anything here. Even though we have Judgment, I'm seeing more judgment is like how you choose to conduct yourself within certain situations. That's the only judgment you can ever really pass on anybody, is how you conduct yourselves with them, as opposed to deciding between, because I could actually see this as options for people in your life, whether it's romantic, friendship, or whatever it is that you need to go with. Maybe you're trying to hire somebody or go into business with somebody. King of Wands would be somebody very in charge, very charismatic, maybe older than you, very masculine energy. The Hermit could be somebody that keeps to themselves. You don't really see them much, but they're very insightful and they always have a lot to offer. The Page of Cups could be somebody younger and maybe a little bit more carefree. It's like that kind of energy. And then Tower would be somebody that is very very what's the word I'm trying to say, very unpredictable, unexpected. And judgment would be somebody who just, they get stuff done, they know what's going on, they're very they know what's, yeah, they just know their ish, essentially. Very interesting. I didn't stop to see that. Not saying that you can have that many options for certain situations, but you can see these as aspects of people that you may want to pay attention to. But let's go ahead and get your cards for your romantic life. And maybe this will clarify some of the cards in the oracles, or maybe even some of these cards here. So for my pile 1, what? Oh, it's regarding love and relationships in September. We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely, people are loving your energy in the month of September. I feel like a lot of people might get crushes on you if you don't already have a person. If you do have a person, they're going to want to be with you. They're just going to want to be in your loving energy. I feel like you have a lot to give in terms of emotions in September. Or maybe people are just really seeking it out because they're going through some type of situation. We have the Queen of Swords, but you're also very clear-headed, level-headed. You're very smart. You can see things with clarity. I love this combination of Queen of Cups and Swords because it's being able to give very clear, concise advice, no nonsense advice, very well thought out advice by still being very nurturing and loving. It gives a softness to the Queen of Swords, sword, if you will, and it makes the cup, the emotions of the Queen of Cups a little bit more clear-headed as opposed to just being all in their feelings. So let's go ahead and get more cards. We have the Empress. Wow. Your love life's going to really pick up in September, pile 1. If you're currently single, you're going to have a lot of, and I mean a lot of options. You might have a hard time. In fact, that might be why the Seven of Cups came out first. It's like you're going to have a hard time deciding between what you want. And yeah, just allow yourself to be nurtured. Allow yourself to be spoiled here. We have the Nine of Swords. I do see you in conflict over the things you're supposed to decide and choose. It's kind of like if you already have somebody, it could be that month where people just start flirting with you out of nowhere and you're like, I'm taken. But if it's a situation, if it's a relationship where you kind of already knew it wasn't going to work out, or like you just know it wasn't going to be them and you're wondering whether you should move on or how to break it to them, there's definitely some anxiety here about your options romantically or even with friendships. I feel like you're having to decide between spending time with certain friends or other friends, or choosing between like alliances, parties, whatever the situation is here. It's actually, all these options are going to bring you a little bit of anxiousness when it comes to this, which explains the anxiousness that I was picking up in the oracles. Let's go ahead and get one more card for your love life and relationships. For a lot of you, this is your love life. You have a lot of options. Maybe some of you are not used to all these options. The High Priestess, tap into your intuition. What is your gut telling you? What's your third eye telling you? How do you feel when you are around these people? This could be an exercise in your intuition, having to be around all these people, having all these options, maybe even throw themselves at you. Because with the Empress energy, you're not chasing after anybody. They're chasing after you. And that's not to say you're not going to initiate contact or that you're not going to, exert yourself in some type of manner. Because being Empress energy isn't just, sitting around waiting for somebody to blow up your phone, though maybe some of you are doing that. It's kind of like you're expressing interest and then allowing them to come toward you. Because, when it comes to dating, I feel like I spoke about this in a previous reading. I'm tired of the whole, oh, they have to reach out first, you shouldn't be reaching out, they have to do everything. It's all in balance. But for this pile, you really are understanding what it's like to be chased at this point. Because maybe in the past you tried to be balanced, or maybe you did try to be more outgoing. Sometimes the people we like are not the people who are going to be interested in us, because that's just the kind of person they are. For example, if you are into introverted people, they're likely not to make the first move. So it's that kind of energy that I feel you used to be in. But this month, nah, you're actually being very much an Empress energy. Even if you're a guy, I feel like people are going to be pursuing you. Back of the deck, Two of Cups. Yeah. So Love life in September, it's happening. It is happening. If it's not love life, it's your friends, it's, your social situation, whatever. But for the majority of you, get ready. September is going to bring you all that romance and love and attention that you may have been wanting. But get ready, because I feel like some of you are not ready. Like, you may have been manifesting love and you didn't realize just how much you were manifesting in this situation. You try to manifest a soulmate and here come three. So be ready, because you're gonna have to make decisions. Or even if you don't have to make decisions, if you're poly and okay with that and everybody's okay with that, you might just have an abundance of, great stuff coming your way, a lot of options, a lot of quality time. So let's go ahead and move on to your finance and career. And if you're already in a love connection, if you're already very committed to your person, if you know this relationship is good, I feel like your person is just going to make you feel very special this month. It's like you're being given a little bit of extra attention and it's all going to be good. Maybe they realize that you've been going through something difficult and they want to do something special for you. Or maybe they understand that that they've been lacking somewhere, so they're really stepping up. They're going to put you in this Queen Empress energy. And maybe you might even worry, is like, oh, they're being a little too good. What did they do? So I feel like that's where that anxiety is coming through. But then you'll realize, no, they're just finally owning up to all the things that you've been asking them to do, which, that's what healthy partnerships are. But anyway, career and finance. Sorry, the romantic journey, the romantic aspect of September for you, pile one, is something very interesting. I really love this for you. So, career-wise, let's see, Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, a slow-going month for sure, Ace of Pentacles, but we're definitely focusing on money here. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, literally all pentacles. I feel like a lot of you are really focusing on money this month. So it's not even career, it's all finance. Two of Cups. Your partner could help you out with this, or somebody that you meet through the workplace, like a friend or like a mentorship, a partnership here. Somebody that you really click with at work is going to help you out with this. So a lot of you are focusing on progressing forward and your career and or money. Maybe the thing that you are trying to go for is like a raise or a promotion that is going to bring in a lot more abundance and definitely stability. If it's not career itself, I feel like you're learning how to handle your money. With the Five of Pentacles, I do feel a lot of you have been feeling some sort of lack when it comes to your finances. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people have been going through that recently with how the economies have been shifting. But with the Knight of Pentacles, this is slow going energy. This is you knowing that in order to build wealth, you have to go about it in a very practical and I don't want to say slow, but it's a steady pace. Money isn't just given to you overnight. And if it is, I'm not sure if you would trust it. You would rather it build up over time. Maybe some of you are looking into high yielding savings accounts, or maybe you're just deciding to invest in things that will give you a return. With the Ace of Pentacles, you are constructing some sort of plan or some sort of idea that is going to keep bringing you more of what you want. In terms of money, with the Ten of Pentacles, you're really focusing on your stability. Some of you are setting goals to make something big here, whether that's to purchase like a car, a home. There's a big purchase that you are really striving for here. Some of you may make that purchase in September, and some of you might just start the plannings of this, like the beginning of this. With the Queen of Pentacles though, I love her because she brings emotion where emotion isn't typically seen within finances. I'm thinking of somebody who wants to nurture themselves through their own physical goods. It's like your money will take care of you, and a lot of you are starting to see it that way, hence why you're becoming a lot more careful with your money and or smart about your money. And with the Two of Cups, like I said, there's going to be somebody here who helps you out. This could be a friend who's very financially savvy, or maybe like somebody at work who you just want to get to where they are, and it's like, hey, how did you end up here? If it could literally be a romantic partner, maybe one of these options, one of these dates will actually show you how to take care of your money. And that's what you get from dating them for a little bit, is how do I invest, how do I open up a proper savings account that will give me a high return, or how do I go about buying a house. I know a lot of people ask me for home buying advice because I've bought two within the past
since 2020. And that's remarkable. That's one of those things I manifested, but that's in the US. And of course, the circumstances were all over the place. But people still come to me for that kind of advice because I'm very willing to give it to them, and because it's been so recent. But you could find something similar where you find that one person that you just want to be like, and you ask them how they do what they do. And I feel like they'll be very honest with you about it. So if it's not the first person you ask, it might be the next one. Because the first person might tell you, well, I have, you know, an inheritance, I'm a trust fund baby. And it's like, okay, well, clearly that's not my thing. Let me move on to the next person. And that person, you find out, really worked themselves from the bottom and got to where they are. So it all depends on what it is. It could even be something online that you find through somebody. It doesn't even have to be, you know, it's not like you're going to go befriending CEOs, though maybe you might, I'm not sure. It all depends. You're just going to want to get to where somebody is, and you're going to ask them very frankly what their situation is. And this will be free advice. This is not going to be something that they're going to ask you to pay them for. Because I know some people do that. It's like, oh, come join my class to see how I made money. Why are we having to pay for that? It's like, we're already wanting to, what, I don't know. At least that's how I see it. If there's something about money here, I feel like people should be more generous, because not everybody is at their level yet. Whoever this person is, they're going to be very... they're not going to be out of touch with reality. That's another thing I see with some people who make, you know, millions and become billionaires at whatever. They're a little bit out of touch with reality, and they themselves don't see their own privileges. So this person will not be that way. Or if they are, you'll be able to spot them and know that that's not the person for you, who's going to help you gain the knowledge for you to build your wealth in the month of September. But loving the energy, I am loving it. I feel like a lot of you are more clear-headed this month, and it shows, and it's going to help you out for the better. I blame coming out of a Mercury retrograde and going straight into Virgo season, because who better to pick apart retrograde energy than Virgos? Like, I don't think you guys understand. I love Virgo energy. It's in my 7th house, so makes sense. And then with all these options, that's that Libra energy coming through. That's the romance. So yeah, I'm loving the month of September for you, pile 1. Let's go ahead and get your closing advice. We're going to get some angel number messages. For my pile 1. We have 888. I am abundant. And this year, 2024, is actually a number 8, because 4 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. As you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. I am abundant. I feel like that encapsulates everything I've just spoken about. You're getting more abundance because you're setting yourself up for it. You're going with the flow, and going with that flow is going to lead and guide you to where you need to be in order to receive or create this abundance. And of course, magic number 8 here, especially if you're a life path 8. I'm just getting smiley and happy and giddy for you, pile 1. It's like some of you have been waiting for this energy. If you want to, go ahead and claim this in the comments. I'm loving all the good stuff coming for you. It's not just an abundance of money. It's an abundance of like love and people and healing, the fun healing, not the difficult healing where you're crying every day because everything hurts. This is the healing where you're seeing progress and results of you feeling and getting better. So, you know, I feel like all this stuff is amazing for you. Let's go ahead, and I'm using my handmade oracle. These are just postcards that I put random messages on. Messages and or quotes. And I might start like a snail mail service. I love doing like postcards and letters and stuff, and I'm not sure if some of you would be into that. I would charge something like, you know, $1.50 or maybe $2, depending on how much postage is, and I'd send you like either like a little message, like a little intuitive message, or a little tarot card. Like I'll buy a random tarot deck and just shuffle it and stick a card in there to give you your little message. Let me know if you'd be into that, pile 1. I kind of like that idea. It wouldn't make me a lot, but it'd be so much fun to get snail mail for those of you who are still into that. We have this card. The hurt in me sees the hurt in you. We heal in unison. Yeah, I feel like you're good. You're really healing, and maybe some of you are calling other people to heal with you. Like maybe you are going to be with friends who are going through something similar with you, and you both decide to heal together in the positive way. Or maybe you meet somebody who, again, you're healing things together. Not that you're going to drag each other down, or that you're like, you know, that you're not enabling each other's hurt to get bigger. You're enabling each other to become better, essentially.
Let's get one more. We have this one. Oh, these are strawberries. I want to protect you from everyone and everything. There's a very protective energy. You could see this as your spirit guides. You could see this as like maybe other people around you who really just want the best for you. I do get that a lot from certain friends, maybe even acquaintances who just want to make sure that you're okay. Maybe people will be checking in on you a lot. I feel like people are just either worried about you or there's a lot of love and care that they have to offer. Be open to it. Just know that it's okay to let yourself be vulnerable from time to time and allow people to love you and take care of you, because it's great to be worried after, you know, it's a form of love. And the last cards are from the ritual deck for my pile 1. I'm gonna get 2 of these, just little things that you could focus on for this month. We have first quarter, focus, momentum, and motivation. So the first quarter moon of this month might be a really great time for you to start planning and doing things. You might just get a burst of energy out of nowhere that I feel is really going to empower you to move forward with your plans, or it could be the time when you meet people as well. I'm not sure when that is. I would look into it. So those of you who do moon work, you will know when the first quarter is. Is it right after the new moon? Yeah, it's like building up toward the full moon. Then we have lavender, relief, worthiness, and tranquility. So lavender could be a great scent for you to have, or maybe the herbs in general. It would help to really work with lavender this month. It's also a very soothing fragrance. So maybe some of you really just need to be in that calm energy because you have so much going on. Not all of it is upheaval. Some of it is just like a lot of activity, and you might want to unwind a little bit more. And I'm being told one more. I just want one more. We have salt. So this is protection. Barrier, shelter, sacred space. You're very protected this month. We had that with thurisaz. Again, take the precautions here to be protected, whether that's energetically, whether that's physically, however you need to feel safe. You are valid in wanting to feel safe. So take whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do to feel safe. I need to repeat that. We began with that message and we're ending with that message here for you, pile 1. So I am sending you so much love, peace, safety, and lots of growth for this month. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the runes, is it Mina? Ehwaz, nautiz, and jera, then we have your reading here for you for the month of September. So literally right before I started to hit record, it got so bright in this room. I use natural lighting, like the sunlight and the clouds outside, to kind of give me an indication of where the readings go. You know, sometimes they're a good indication of what's to come. And for you, my pile 2, I feel like there's brighter days ahead, because I'm not sure if you can pick this up on the camera, but it is just getting like intensely bright here, which is odd because these runes, what they mean is, so it was his trust. There's trust, there's also success, and this is constraint. I feel like you have been holding yourself back. And because you have learned to trust either yourself, the universe, or somebody else, maybe a group of people, you are actually gaining success now. This is that one person who thought they could go it alone, that they could do everything on their own, or doesn't know how to ask for help, even from the universe. And it's like, because you finally have trusted source, yourself, whatever it is, there's just a general feeling of trust. Better things are coming in for you. And that's why it just got so bright. I feel like the sun really shines for you. And if you don't believe me, you're the only pile that got 2 of these cards when I was shuffling for you. So let's see what they are. We have Aphrodite, romantic love, and Freya, radical acceptance. Both of these are goddesses of love, by the way. Both of these are goddesses of love. So I feel like a lot of you are learning to radically accept yourself, not just romantically, but in every aspect of life. You could be calling in new friends, new opportunities. You could be calling in abundance as well, because you have learned to love yourself. And one way that we love ourselves is through giving ourselves everything that we need. I did have a song for you. Not sure how relevant it is, but because we do have Aphrodite and romantic love here, maybe it does make sense to you. It's Bruno Mars. What's it called? What? Every day it'll rain? Like, there'll be no sunshine if I lose you, baby. There'll be no clear skies if I lose you, baby. Like somebody here is either afraid of losing you, or you could have come out of that energy where you were afraid of losing something until you realized that the only thing you could ever really lose that would not be worth losing is yourself, your sense of trust, your sense of love and faith in the universe. So again, I'm not sure for who that song resonates for, and you can take it however it means. To me, the song is general heartache, so maybe we're coming out of that as well. And I really love this for you. Let's get your other cards. Let's start with the Mabon cards for my pile 2. It should also be noted we also have number 2 here, and 2 is a number of partnerships or one-on-one relationships. So I feel like a lot of you are learning to trust people. If you are currently like going through a new connection, a new friendship, relationship, whatever the situation is, I feel like you're gonna really learn to trust through this I heard through this situationship. Maybe some of you are like dealing with a situationship, but it ends up being healthier than you believe. Or maybe you end up turning that into something more solid, whether it's a friendship itself or an actual relationship. That's not going to be for everybody, of course. But let's get your cards. We have Meat and Wine, 25. Your presence embodied, tasting the pleasure flowing through your being. So you're really learning to enjoy things in life. It's like there's no need for everything to be so serious. A lot of you are going to be having a great time in September. We also have Straw Bale, 37. It's time you step out of your comfort zone, take up space, and reach new heights. Yes, I agree. You're stepping out and doing the things that you need to do. Let's get one more card. We have Elderberries, 13. There it is, a knowing within bone. Allow it to guide you. Yeah, a lot of these are about acceptance and allowing things to just be. For things to come into fruition, to allow the universe to show you exactly how beautiful life can get when you trust yourself, when you love yourself, when you radically accept yourself and or others around you. Maybe some of you are learning to be a little bit less critical of the people around you, not because you want to, tear down your boundaries, but because you know that people are allowed to be human. Not everybody will be perfect. And in accepting that they're not perfect, it allows you to see them as they truly are, as opposed to blinding yourself through red colored glasses, which is what I call whenever people just want to see nothing but the bad in people when all you want to see is the negative, because sometimes we do that, unfortunately. And I feel like a lot of you are coming out of this energy. It's like, yeah, people will suck sometimes, but we don't have to be around them. Or maybe some people have problems to go through, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve love and support just like anybody else. So it's very interesting the energy I'm channeling in this pile, but I love it. Back of the deck, we have Tea Magic, 38. Reach into your subconscious, pull from the source, and weave magic with intention, and the answers will unfold. So teas could be important for you this month. It is the month that typically gets colder, but maybe elderberry tea specifically, which I do love whenever it's that season when, people start getting sick and stuff. But that's kind of like that defense mechanism, that barrier that you have to put up just to make sure that you are okay, but you also take care of everybody around you. Yeah, we're digging into the subconscious here. It's like, why do we decide to judge people before we allow them to grow into the person they're meant to be? Very interesting energy. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards, though. I'm going to use more runes, of all things, for my Modern Runes deck. For my pile 2, we have ehwaz. And ehwaz is interesting because it's a card of safety, but I'm also seeing it, at least within this particular card, it's accepting yourself. You're looking at yourself in the mirror and understanding that you are absolutely perfect just the way you are, that no matter what goes on, you have yourself, and that's all that matters. It's an image of her dyeing her hair pink. So again, acceptance, love of yourself, seeing yourself and others as they are. After all, when you become your truest and most authentic version of yourself, you allow people to do the same. You inspire people to do the same, or to get closer to whatever it is that they want to be. A lot of you are inspiring people and not even realizing it. You may think, oh, they may not want to be like me. But the truth is, somebody probably walks by you or sees you walk by and they're like, wow, how can I get like pile 2? What are they doing? I want to be just like them. Even if it's just the way you carry yourself or your confidence, there's something about you accepting yourself, and in doing so, learning to love yourself and others. It's a love that goes all around. Let's get more cards from my animal deck, the Woodland Wardens. We have The bat and the hellebore, intuition. So some of you have been working with your intuition, and this might be part of why this is. For some people, intuition and the heart go very hand in hand. Like it's hard to tap it to it's hard to tap into intuition when you don't truly trust or love yourself. You know, like I said, you're trusting the universe, but in doing so, you recognize that you are a crucial part of the universe, and therefore you also trust yourself. Really loving this energy. We have the moth and eucalyptus, an ending. And of course, this is number 13, which is supposed to resonate with the death card in tarot. So there's definitely a new beginning, a transformation that is inevitable. Because after all, your perspective on so many things has changed that you cannot help but change with it and change the people around you with it. September is going to be a very eye-opening month. The last one we have is otter and cattail, peace. You're finally at peace with yourself. Oh my gosh, I love otters so much because otters are very loving. They fall asleep holding hands. You know, it's kind of like, I got you. Don't worry. You're safe with me. For those of you who have friends, I feel like you're growing closer to your friends. If you already have somebody romantically involved with you, I feel like the connection is just deepening. And if you're dating, it's going to be a wonderful month to do so because you're going to be okay regardless of whether there is somebody in your life or not, whether somebody expresses that they want you or not. There is radical self-acceptance here, and I am all for it. Let's go ahead and get your Prism Oracle cards to close this out before we go into the tarot portion, which we'll be doing in 3 parts. I do general, love, romance, and work and finance. So for my pile 2, we have energy. Yeah, I feel like you're going to have a lot of energy because when we tap into love, we actually get an overabundance of energy. We want to do more. When you are powered by your heart, you just get more energy. This is why like mothers with newborns or new mothers tend to have a lot more energy than the average person. I think it doesn't matter when they have kids or what age they have their kids, they always have just more energy than usual. Ask anybody like how they manage to do it, because newborns are hard work. So it's that same idea. Because there's so much love in your heart, you're going to have more energy to carry you forward. We have rejection. Like I said, maybe for a lot of you, this came as a result of a rejection from somebody or something. It made you have to learn how to love yourself. And stop. Yeah, it's kind of like you're coming out of an energy where you just felt that you weren't enough, and you probably thought that you wouldn't get over it or that you were in some dark space, but it's like what this did was propel you forward to understand your true power, to understand that nobody could ever make you feel a certain way because their rejection of you is really just a reflection of themselves and what they reject within themselves. It's like you feel sorry for that person, situation, group of people, whatever that is, because clearly they are not true to themselves and they themselves don't know what they want, but you know that you want better for yourself. You know that you want joy and happiness, and to be able to accept the love of everything and everyone and to share the love that you have with everybody. There's a lot about love here, and I'm all for it, pile. I'm all for it, pile 2. Like I hope you understand, like I am absolutely adoring your energy. Back of the deck we have hunger. So you know what this makes me think of is like when you're so sad after like a heartbreak that you don't even feel hungry. I feel like you're gonna get that hunger back. I'm not saying that you're gonna be, you know, eating everything in sight, literally. It's more like you have that craving for something better again. You're not in this apathetic energy anymore. You're not just laying in bed thinking, I don't even want to face the day. No, you have that ambition, that drive to go after the things you've always wanted and that you want. I feel like this is amazing energy. Absolutely adore this. I'm excited to get into the tarot portion just to see more specifically what is coming for you this month of September, pile 2. So let's go ahead and move on. And I want to thank you again for clicking on this monthly reading. I enjoy having your viewership, and I hope you find this reading helpful because I love doing readings. But we're going to do the tarot portion in 3 sections. First section is going to be the general, and this will give us an overview of how the month is going to go. So for my pile 2, general messages for September. We have the Knight of Cups. Romanticize the present moment every chance you get. Yes, I feel like this is what's happening. It's going to be a very romantic month in that you are radically accepting everything about yourself. You are seeing everything through rose-colored glasses when it comes to yourself. It's like, yeah, maybe it's okay to have an an overinflated ego when it comes to yourself, because who deserves it more than you? You really need to pour all that confidence and all that love into the person you are. We also have the Empress, and I love this. There is beauty to be found in every experience. Some of you are going to have, when I say romantic, I literally mean like, you know how when you're just walking and everything is full of sunshine and everything feels and beautiful, the weather is perfect, you're looking amazing, you're doing all the things you want to do. Quite literally, it's like the world opens up for you and it's full of love and wonder. And you're definitely being in your more receptive energy where you're allowing the universe to take care of you. You're allowing the universe to bring you all the good things. You're not having to go out of your way or struggle to get something here. No, you're sitting back and allowing the universe to nurture you. We have Page of Wands. Just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it'll be effortless. But in this case, I feel like you are okay with the passion that you have. There's something about creating something beautiful, because I'm being drawn to all these little flowers that she has. I feel like some of you are really creating something magnificent. It's like you're taking, in fact, in all of these, there's a sense of creation. Here, there's like a seashell necklace, and you could see that as like picking up the shells from the sea to make it. Here we have, of course, a baby that she is nursing. So quite literally, we create human life, and it doesn't have to be that impactful, but I feel like you're creating something better for yourself in the month of September. We have the Queen of Swords. Don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. Yeah, be authentic to yourself. Be honest, be truthful. I love the Queen of Swords so much, because she always comes in with what needs to be said. I'm thinking of like Gemini energy, where they always know exactly what to say and they get to the point. But at the same time, they don't always say this. It's like they know when to say things and they know when not to say things. So there's something about strategy and tact here when it comes to the things you need to express, either about yourself or about something else, or someone else in some cases. We also have the Ace of Swords. Look at you. You're bursting with sparkly new ideas. Yeah. I'm seeing this mostly the shift in perspective. I'm seeing this as the new way that you are viewing things in life. It's like you're going to wonder how you decided to get in such a either a low space or a space of like limited beliefs or limited ways of thinking, because all I see is the world opening up for you, and the way you view the world gets better. And once you view it better, it actually becomes better. It's like you have to see it before you believe it. You have to envision it before it comes through. And in some cases, maybe it's already there and you're just basking in this for the rest of the month. We have back of the deck, the High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. Like I said, you are trusting the universe. You're finally trusting your intuition here, and it's bringing you nothing but good things. I love this energy. But let's go ahead and move on to love and relationships, because it's going to be very interesting considering that was a big theme in the oracles. So for my pile 2, what can they expect in September regarding love, friendships, relationships? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So things that are meant to be will be. Whoever was meant to be in your life will be present in September, and whoever wasn't will not. And I know that seems very cut and dry, very black and white, but I feel like you're really going to come to this realization because there's fate at play here. I feel like it's kind of like when people aren't meant for you, the universe just kind of takes them out of nowhere. And when they are, they're going to be there. But there's something about fate at play here. I'm almost getting like Judgment or Justice card with that energy as well. Let's go ahead and get more. We have the Hierophant. Karmic lessons. You have already learned your karmic lessons. But I'm also seeing this as you being the inspiration for people to move on from whatever it is that they need to move on from, or to become the person that they want to be. Like I said, you have a very inspirational energy about you this month. We also have the King of Pentacles. So there's somebody here who really wants to be your stability, who wants to provide, who wants to see you grow the way they have grown. This person could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but they do not have to be. They could also just have that kind of energy very strongly within their chart or in their person. And typically very masculine energy, but they do not have to be a man. I feel like this could either be your partner if you already have one. This could be somebody that you will be meeting, or it could even be you, or of course a friend. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's a sense of stability here, because with all this beautiful light, with all this rose-colored energy, I feel like it could get a little easy to become ungrounded. So remember to stay in the present moment, to stay grounded and understand that life is meant to be felt very beautifully. We also have the Page of Coins. I love this. It's kind of like you're going to see the progress of either yourself or somebody else, more likely yourself, but maybe also somebody who is mirroring a journey like yours,
go from this page of coins energy to this king of coins energy. It's like you're seeing how somebody really did mean their word when they said something, and that's going to really make you view them in the specific way that you need to view them. Like I said, there's something faded here. I feel like there's something somebody is either going to say or do, something about keeping true to their word or true to their nature that is really going to solidify that somebody is either meant or not meant for you, whatever the situation is. It's kind of like the universe, like I said, it's conspiring with you to show you exactly all the love that you need. And in some cases, this could be somebody following through with their word when you thought they wouldn't, or for a lot of you, that's what it's going to be. It could be the case that maybe they don't follow through with their word and you're like, okay, that's what I thought. Let me cut this person out. But again, it's like you're being shown exactly the love that is meant for you. And this could be romantic or platonic. It doesn't have to be that. It could even be like a family member that you didn't think would turn around, but then they do, or maybe they don't. It all depends on the situation here. For most of you, it's going to be positive though. And then the Chariot, moving forward, moving on, knowing that you can progress forward with all your relationships, knowing that because you trust yourself, that because you love yourself above all, you don't really need to worry about what everybody else is doing to you, about you, etc. You know that you have yourself and that's all that matters. But if they want to come along for the ride too, if they want to support and provide for you and be an amazing source of support and inspiration, that's fine as well. Back of the deck, the Emperor. Oh my goodness. Some of you are meeting a good counterpart this month. And that could be, like I said, it could be a friend. It could be even a business partner that starts off as a friendship. So like when you go into business, it doesn't feel like business. It feels like a friend that you happen to be making a lot of money with. And for some of you, of course, it could be romantic love. For those of you who are already in relationships, you will see the true nature of your person and it will progress forward. There's a lot of momentum here when it comes to love. And I'm so happy for you, Pile 2, because I feel like a lot of you have worked really hard for this, or you've been waiting for this. And maybe not worked hard is the right way to say it. It's more like you really, really wanted this and you definitely deserve it. And oh, I'm so excited about this energy. I don't even know how to contain it. But let's move on to finances and work situation, career. What is going on for my pile 2 this month regarding finances, work? In the last pile, it was finances. That's why I keep saying that. And because most people are more concerned with their money right now. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Hanged One. The Chariot again. Judgment. Some of you are learning to curb your spending or understanding that sometimes it's better to just leave your wallet at home. We also have the 2 of Cups, which is interesting. This also came out in the previous pile. So I'm going to let you know the same thing I told them. I feel like you're going to learn how to handle your finances and or your career through a friend or a close loved one. Like somebody here is going to give you some good advice. In some cases, it could be your romantic partner. It could even be this new person. But I feel like for a lot of you, yeah, Queen of Pentacles in the back. You're going to learn how to be less showy with your money, because we have the 4 of Swords, and that's usually like a rest, that's a meditation, that's taking a time out, taking a break. Because I feel like a lot of you have been spending money on your looks or the way that you view yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. If it made you feel good, then that's good. Because I'm thinking of somebody who likes to spend on like spa days, or maybe pouring a little bit more money into how you look. So this could be clothing, makeup, perfume, whatever the situation is. Again, we're not trying to shame you here. It's like, it's good and you bought enough for whatever it is that you need. But if all you're doing is spending money for appearances, then it's time to shift that perspective. It's like spend when you can. But right now, what you really need to focus on is progressing forward with your career or your money or your whatever it is that you have that is worth value, and making better decisions with it. Because a lot of you are going to come into some sort of I'm seeing something that is like a big ticket item, whether you're selling or buying. I feel like there's a big ticket item this month that is going to be of importance. So you have to be very meticulous. It could also be laying the groundwork for that. So maybe this month you decide, okay, I'm going to sell this or I'm going to purchase this. So it's time to curb back all the unnecessary spending and maybe even do some sort of budget or plan to get your spending in a certain way. With the 2 of Cups, I do feel that people will help you out with this. If it's a partner, they'll help you out. If it's like maybe parents that know how to handle money, they can help you out as well. Or maybe even a boss, for those of you who didn't have parents that knew how to handle their money. Don't be afraid to ask your boss or people older than you, somebody who you know knows how to handle money or knows how to deal with finances. Don't be afraid to ask them, because sometimes we're not all given parents that know how to handle certain situations, or maybe you've been on your own for so long and you don't know what to do. Again, this is trusting that people will provide the right information and nurturing for you, because I remember when my dad used to tell me when he first got to the USA, he's from Mexico. He didn't come from money or anything, but he would ask his bosses, like everybody who did have money, he would always ask them like how they did it, and that's how he became as successful as he is now. Because I never stopped to wonder how that happened, because it's true, the way my family is and the way the previous generation is very starkly different, just completely different. So don't be afraid to ask people how they do their things. You really do learn. Besides, this is networking. When you see the Two of Cups in career and finance, we're definitely networking, and we're networking with a purpose. We're networking for your own benefit as well as the benefit of somebody else. People do feel good when they're able to help people out of financial situations here. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this energy for you, Pile 2. Like, I feel like, oh, I'm just excited. I don't know what else to say, but let's move on to some closing advice. I kind of don't want to leave this energy because it feels so good, but like, you know, let's just look forward to September, right? And let me know if any of it. Go ahead and claim this in the comments if you want to claim it. By all means, claim it. And let me know if any good stuff happens, because I'm actually very excited for you. Especially when I was tapping into the past energy, it's like, oh no, what happened to my pile 2? But then I started reading your cards and it's like, oh, things are turning around. This is great. It is absolutely great. And yeah, I feel like there is somebody here who's afraid of losing you somehow. So don't be surprised if they turn up, turn around, or just, you know, something here is going to solidify. And if it doesn't, then you're just fine without them. I'm going to start with your ritual deck cards. And these are going to be cards, they have specific things that you can focus on for the month of September, like lucky charms, lucky items. We have salt, so definitely protection here. I'm also thinking of a salt bath for some of you, so maybe you'll be taking like Epsom salt baths, or salt in general could be healing. I'm seeing like, do they have this like, I'm thinking of like a spa. For some reason, I'm thinking like a spa for some of you, like going to salt waters and like, is it the Dead Sea that's got like very purifying, healing salt water? Something like that for some of you. Take a bath in salt water. We also have air, imagination, aspiration, and movement. Yeah, lots of air energy, which I love because especially in September, we're going into Libra season, and that air is really going to bring in that, the winds of change, if you will, that really take us into fall. I'm going to get one more. We have violet, spirituality, magic, and attunement. So for a lot of you, the color purple will be very lucky. This is also your intuition. Maybe some of you are learning to channel or to, channel with fire like I do. I like to have real fire going to channel certain messages. It's not necessary, but it does help a lot because I like working with fire energy. But wearing purple will also help. Maybe just lighting a purple candle as well. And then, where are my other cards? The angel number cards. For my pile 2, what closing advice do we have for them? We have number 8. This came out in pile 1 as well. It was the 888 though. But for you, we have 8, I am successful. Your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions and representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. Yeah, because it is an infinity sign here. So for a lot of you, you're calling in success like nothing else. After all, you did have the jera rune, which is the rune of success. In fact, it's the only rune I have off to the side that is upturned. Yeah, a lot of you are experiencing some sort of success in September, whether it's monetary, whether it's relationship, or even just a success of your own self here. Beautiful energy. Absolutely adore it. And the last cards I have, this is my own handmade oracle. I took postcards and wrote messages on them, messages, quotes, whatever it is that you need to hear. So for my pile 2, we have this.
I dream about you and or this a lot. I don't know what it means or what to do. Yeah, for some of you, you're achieving your dreams or finding a way to achieve your dreams. And it could be about a person as well. Maybe this person will come through and tell you or show you exactly what those dreams mean. Yeah, you're being shown the way to do things in the month of September. We also have this one. There must be something strangely sacred in salt. It is in our tears and in the sea, Khalil Gibran. You know what? And we did have salt here. Maybe some of you are going to the ocean, you're going to a beach. Salt water is important. Salt in general is important. I do see it as protective. So if for those of you who want that extra protection, by all means, go ahead and I put little bowls of salt in the corners. I don't like to sprinkle the salt because I just don't like the feeling of salt being on the floor unless it's outside or something. So if you need that, by all means, you can work with that. Last card is this one. You are abundance, you are love, and love equals abundance. What did I say? There's a lot of that going on in this pile. I'm so happy for you, pile 2. Claim this energy. I'm claiming it for you. Heck, I'm claiming it myself. But this is where I leave you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Have a beautiful, healing, happy September, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the runes, this is hagalaz, ansuz, and I keep forgetting this one. I know it means future, but I forget. Pertho, that's what it is. Then we have a reading here for you for the month of September, and we're going to tap into a general love and career finance. But first, we're going to start with the oracles to see how your overview of September is going to be. So let's go ahead and start with the runes here. We do have wisdom, future. So I feel like some of you are and this is disruption. I feel like some of you have had some sort of incoming wisdom for the future that has been disrupted, or maybe things have been put on the back burner for a moment. I feel like some of you are going through some sort of, I don't want to say it's a struggle. It's more like something complicated that has been put on the back burner, so you can't really focus on that right now. But in the month of September, I feel like it'll get going again. It's like this disruption will excuse itself, become part of the past, and then you can focus toward what you want toward your future. I'm not sure what the disruption was, but I feel like it probably took up most of August, or maybe like a good portion of August. Maybe it took up the whole summer. Whatever the situation is, I feel like September is really a month of moving forward for you. So let's go ahead and look at the card you chose. We have Bronwyn, forgiveness. It could have something to do with forgiving somebody. That doesn't have to be the case. It could also be something to do with forgiving yourself or aspects of yourself for something that you've done. I feel like this disruption, if somebody else isn't involved, because I do feel for some of you it's like people themselves, it could be you disrupting your own peace or disrupting something that you feel you weren't ready for, or maybe it just wasn't the time for whatever the reason was. This could have been like a career or some sort of project you wanted to go forward with, but August or whatever came previously just wasn't the proper environment, time, whatever the situation. For a lot of you though, like I said, we're picking this back up in September. We're getting back on that bike. We are moving forward. But first you have to forgive yourself and or others, mostly yourself though, for allowing this to disrupt you. So we have kitchen witchery 23. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly into your life. Be in gratitude. I feel like some of you kind of fell off the gratitude bus for a moment and now you're getting back into it. It's kind of like maybe because there was so much going on that you didn't really feel a sense of gratitude. Maybe you just felt a sense of frustration or that things were just not going your way. You were very much locked into your head or into your whatever space it was. It feels like you were caged up because of a certain idea, situation, whatever it may be. So now quite literally you're getting back in the kitchen. I feel like just some of you were like out of commission for a while and you're slowly getting back into it. We have falling leaves 14. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. Yeah, it's like maybe you made yourself small for a situation or something here and you felt the need to because the situation required that of you. And like if it was temporary, that's fine. But I feel like the more you made yourself small or kept yourself small, the more it kind of weighed upon you, or the more it brought out an ugly side of you. On the plus side, it made you face certain shadows of yourself that you really hadn't been facing before. And now it's like, oh, I'm reverting back to my old ways, and that's not okay because I'm no longer that person. So for some of you, this disruption was needed. So an example I'm being told to provide, because it's kind of happened to me. I was meant to go elsewhere in my job, but I had to stay back somewhere for the majority of August. It's like around the time that it began was like close to the beginning of the month. And then of course I started thinking, well, Mercury is in retrograde, so let's see what this is bringing up. For a lot of you, you're actually dealing with that. I'm hearing the sediments that this brought up to the surface that you didn't realize were there. So you were having to view past versions of yourself, or maybe certain aspects of your past self that you didn't realize were still there, that needed to be processed and let go. Because when I'm thinking of falling leaves, I'm thinking of how a tree regenerates. It loses its leaves every year, and it's a beautiful sight to behold. It's a whole experience, but we know that we let them go and that something new will come back in, new leaves. So that's what I'm getting for you. It's a sense of regeneration here. Let's get one more card, or two more actually wanted to come out. We have Breathwork 4. Allow your breath to expand your spirit and fill your heart. Some of you could literally be doing breath work. I'm amazed with how great the results of breath work are. That's when you just take deep breaths. Even if it's throughout the day, it is a form of meditation. It can really clear the mind. And it could also be a way of sensing peace, especially for those of you who used to smoke and now don't really do that anymore. Breathwork can really help with the exercise that your lungs needs here. And we also have Scarecrow 34. Remember that you are not alone. Move with confidence as you are guided. Yeah, some of you are kind of remembering that you have the support of other people, even when you feel at your most lonely, or when you feel that you have nobody. There's always somebody out there rooting for you. Scarecrow also makes me think that it's a precaution that people put up to keep the birds away from the crops so they don't eat them. So there's something here about protection as well. But let's go ahead and move on to the rest of your cards. I'm using another rune oracle because I'm really into runes this as of lately. It only took me like 14 years after I started tarot to learn my runes, but hey, better late than never. We have Raido. Raido was in pile 1, so if you were already called to pile 1, you can go back to that one, but that's only if you were deciding between this one and that one. But this is a card of traveling, so some of you might literally be traveling in September. I know it's like a good month to travel all over the world, but I'm also thinking of the journey you have had to take yourself here. It's kind of like if you were to view this little rendezvous or this little disruption as a journey itself, as its own little vacation. I feel like it would make more sense that way. Let's go ahead and get your animal cards. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. There's been a lot of like really loud cars right now, and the rest of my readings didn't really have that. It could be the time of day. Also, my accent sounds really weird in this pile. Not sure what it sounds like, but I'm aware that my voice is sounding different. And sometimes I do that when I'm channeling certain energies of people that speak certain languages or from certain areas. So just take that if it resonates. It happens. We have the deer and oat healing. So some of you have come out of a period of healing, or this disruption itself could have required you to heal. It could have even forced you to heal because, again, you were facing shadows of your former self. This is where the forgiveness comes through. Through healing, through forgiveness, we start to heal ourselves. Or through forgiving others, we heal ourselves and them. We also have the frog and lotus metamorphosis. Yeah, I've been saying that there's a renewal here. And the quail and gooseberry anticipation. It's like because you've healed, you've changed, and because you've changed, you're only looking forward to what is coming next. And I feel like September is really going to provide that for you. I'm loving this energy. It's like you know what is coming next. You know what it's time for. You want to look forward and you don't want to look back. Let's go ahead and get your Prism Oracle cards for some emotions here. We have sweetness. So do expect a lot more sweetness in September. I feel like you're going to be very cherished. People are going to want to have fun with you. There's something about you being in a much better mood as well. I feel like happiness and sweetness will come very easily to you. We have peace. Yes, we're going to have some peace in September as well. I really love this for you. I feel like September in general is going to be a very lovely month. We also have repeating colors here of like pink and even this beige color. And space. I feel like some of you are going to make space for new things to come in. I'm seeing you like clear out like space quite literally in a home if you are trying to get rid of certain things, or making space in your heart, in your mind for the new beginnings that are coming, depending on what the situation is. I feel like a lot of you are going to be a lot more agreeable to be around as well. Like people are going to want to be around you, or they're going to want to bring you peace. Whatever doesn't bring you peace is not for you. And I feel like I really like this because, like I said, there was a disruption. It kept you from something, and now you're ready to move forward with a much clearer vision of what it is that you want or the person you want to be. Absolutely lovely energy. But if this sounds like something that you are looking forward to or something that you would go through in the month of September, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot portion. And the tarot portion we're doing in 3 parts: general, love, relationship, and finance/career. I say finance because not everybody has a job. That must be nice to not have a job and just money, or however people's living situations are, you know. I'm not here to judge. It just sounds nice to not have to clock in. So for the general, what do we have for my pile 3? We have the Ace of Wands. Don't you see how your passion makes you glow? Yeah, some of you are starting a new project, a new endeavor. There is a sense of newness here. It could also just be inspiration or a new wave of energy that is propelling you forward to something better. We also have the 3 of Pentacles. What's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work. So some of you are networking or working with others in the month of September. I feel like it's going to be very easy for you to meet people and collaborate or do some sort of start a project that is going to benefit others. We also have Knight of Swords. Be ambitious, chase your every dream. Yeah, it's like your ambition has been reignited, maybe even through the help of other people. They're being inspired by what they do or seeing that they do something differently. We have the King of Cups. Always compose yourself before giving a response. Some of you are tapping into your emotions and how you feel, and you're taking that into account. I feel like it's going to be easier for some of you to express your love this month as well. Express the things that you, not just that you're feeling, but what you admire, what you enjoy. Again, it's that forgiveness card as well, because the King of Cups would have so much compassion that he would forgive anyone for almost anything. We also have the 2 of Cups. Some people are like the pumpkin to your spice. Yeah, some of you could be reconnecting with a friend or somebody close to you. There's a feeling here that you're going to have a lot of great times with people. I feel like because you're being so open and honest about your emotions or how you're feeling, people are going to feel very welcomed by your energy. Back of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. There's something about balance here. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. Yeah, I feel like you're rebalancing your situation because of the disruption from previously before. However, that disruption came to you. I feel like you're going to set it in balance. For some of you, there's a reconciliation coming through in the month of September with a friend, with somebody. It could even be a job reaching out to you saying that they will give you something. I'm not seeing that for everybody, but because we have the 3 of Pentacles that wanted to come through, we'll see if anything elaborates on that in the career and finance section. But let's move on to the love and relationships for my pile 3. So what do we have for love and relationships for my pile 3? We have Justice. So definitely a lot of balance is coming in the month of September. I feel like justice will be done to you, or somebody will get their karma. I'm not saying that you're wishing anything ill on anybody, but you're going to see how life turns out for people. Let's just put it that way. I feel like some of you may have warned certain people of some certain things, or maybe somebody did you wrong, and instead of chasing after that, instead of like caring about that, you're just going to see how karma is sweet, essentially. But I don't feel you're even gonna feel good about it. It's just gonna be like, funny how life works, because I feel like you're not giving your attention to negative feelings this month. Let's get more cards. We have the Knight of Swords again. So lots of incoming messages, but I'm also seeing this as mental activity. So if it's not people coming to you with new ideas or with messages that you need to hear, it could be you coming up with new ideas on how to look at its perspectives, new ideas on how to view things. That's what I'm seeing for a lot of you. You could be spending a lot of time with an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could be having a lot of talks with them, or Mercury in an air sign as well. I feel like that would make sense. Let's go ahead and get more cards. You could hear about this karma through somebody else. Maybe somebody has some gossip on somebody that you used to know. We have the 3 of Wands, making plans with people. I feel like people will want to include you in their plans. Don't be surprised if people want to invite you out to certain places, or if they want to if they want to just include you in something, it doesn't even have to be an outing. It could be like some sort of, I don't know, you're being included is what I'm seeing. Another card we have is the 10 of Wands. But I'm going to get one more just to clarify that one. Some of you might feel burdened by social obligations. 8 of Wands. But I'm seeing that it's actually not as bad as you think. It's like the thought or idea is heavier than the action itself. Mostly because some of you might think you don't have enough time or that you don't have enough energy for this. But what I'm seeing is that you get there and time flies by really fast, or you realize that you actually get a new burst of energy, like a new wave of energy whenever it comes to this. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of agreeing to certain social events or to dates or to anything where people really want to see you. I feel like you're actually going to feel much better if you agree to these, mostly because they're going to give you some inspiration. They're going to give you the words and messages that you need to hear. Doesn't have to be gossip. It could just be something that you need to hear that actually makes you feel much better at the end of the day. Back of the deck, we have the Chariot. Yeah, this will propel you forward. It will actually give you a bit of a nudge in the right direction as well. It's like because you were dealing with something in the past, I feel like talking to people about it might actually help you a little bit or set that in perspective. It could also be this forgiveness idea. I feel like some of you might reconcile with, is that the word, reconcile? With somebody, whether it's a former friend, whether it's somebody you used to be close with, and at first you're going to be like, no, this is going to be too much, but then you do, and it's like, oh well, that wasn't too bad. It actually feels a lot lighter now that we are on better terms. So it's like choosing the high road, essentially choosing forgiveness. With Justice, I feel like Justice could also be them apologizing to you. I feel like they may apologize or forgive you depending on what the situation is. So we are having a bit of a it feels slightly uncomfortable, whatever the social situation is with one particular person, but I feel like things are going to end up a lot better than you realize, and then you're going to be able to move forward either with or without them, depending on the situation. So very interesting, but very loving and forgiving energy. And then the last cards, we're going to do career and finance for my pile. For my pile 3, I am seeing this social situation toward the end of the month, by the way. I'm seeing that more toward like the last week of September, or maybe a little bit after September. We have the 4 of Swords that came out in pile 2 as well. We have the World. We have the Tower. We have the 3 of Cups, and there's a booty here, so I'm going to censor that. And the 2 of Cups. Okay, it's funny. Every single pile has had the 2 of Cups in the career and finance section. So some of you are really connecting with somebody at work, or you're learning about finances through somebody. So I think it all depends. There's definitely a situation here where like either career and or money is in conjunction with friendship and or even love in some cases. But what I'm seeing is that you're going to put spending on hold. Some of you might take a break from work as well, because I'm seeing the 4 of Daggers next to the World as like a really big vacation. So maybe some of you are taking the whole month off or most of the month off, something along those lines. Because the World to me is, it can be an ending, but what I'm seeing is feeling very fulfilled. Like there's a sense of fulfillment here. Like you don't really need to worry too much about work or even finances. But with the Tower, it lets me know that something is going to be shaken up. Either, I think it's mostly going to be at work. Wherever you work or however you make your money, things will be shaken up for the better though, because I feel like it's actually going to allow you to really gain, I'm hearing popularity with certain people at work who really want to see what you are capable of. It's like whatever your skills are or whatever your personality is, whatever you bring to a work situation, people want to see more of that, or they might just really like you and they want to keep you around. I'm thinking personality hire because I'm just seeing a lot of popularity at work. For some of you, maybe you date a lot at work. Maybe you just find a lot of people there. Maybe like I see this a lot with like, for example, women who work with a lot of men. They just get a lot of attention at work because they happen to be, you know, one of the only or a few women there. That take that only if it resonates. It doesn't have to be the case, of course. The opposite can be the same. But there's something here about having a fun time at work, even though things are kind of all over the place. Another way I'm seeing this is that if somebody is finally getting fired, that everybody has been wanting to get fired, I feel like they will. Or if not fired, then maybe
transferred, because I'm seeing a bit of like a celebration here, or maybe you achieve some sort of goal that was unexpected. I'm seeing unexpected good things, but you're actually not focusing on work, you're focusing on the environment of work. That's the biggest thing. That's why for some of you it might feel like a vacation. Maybe you're without a boss for a few weeks, so it's like, oh cool, we can do a lot and get away with it, or we can work as hard as we want. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna be fine. And for some of you, I feel like you're just having a vacation, because I'm seeing way too much fun in this section for it to be career and finance. When it comes to money though, I do see you taking a break from spending. Maybe somebody else will foot the bill, or maybe you're doing some sort of thing where like everybody puts their money into something and you get something out of it. Like, especially if this is like for example, a trip with a lot of coworkers and they all pitch in some amount of money, I feel like you're not going to worry about that. You're just going to enjoy your time there. Very interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten a very that much of a carefree kind of attitude from the career and finance section. Back of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, some of you are just being very attractive in the workspace. Either you're just being very popular, people want to get to know you, or quite literally you might get some dating going on in the workspace. What's underneath this? King of Pentacles. Oh no, what's underneath that Page of Pentacles? I feel like a lot of you are leveling up as well. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Some of you might be starting a new job as well. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel like work, because for the first few weeks, you just feel like you're getting to know everybody and you're getting paid for it. It's like orientation, you know, you get to meet all these people and they're basically paying you to sit there and learn about what your job is. So for some of you, work is not going to feel like work. And your finances are not going to feel like something you even touch. I feel like some of you are keeping away from your bank account or your wallet. It's like, let me just put that money on hold because I need to save up for something. And instead you're focusing on the joy. And for some of you, it could just be a vacation, because I'm seeing two very different camps here. But yeah, very interesting energy at work, pile 3. I guess that's just how it is for career and finance. But overall, lots of communication. And you're definitely making new friends in September as well. But let's go ahead and move on. Oh, this could also be travel for work for some of you, because we got raido twice, or no, raido once. Some of you could be traveling for work. And again, it doesn't feel like work because you're on a plane and you're somewhere meeting new people and doing, you know, what you usually do, but it won't feel that way. So take that as it resonates. But let's go ahead and move on to some closing advice for the month of September. Overall, lots of social activity for sure. Oh, lots of social activity. And if you're dealing with if some of you are coming out of a heartbreak, maybe that was a disruption. I feel like things are going to be better for you. You're going to be forced into a space where people are going to show you exactly how amazing you are. So it's like, oh, you got your heart broken? That sucks, but look, you're pretty great and we all want to get to know you. So yeah, I'm loving that energy. But let's get let's start with the angel messages for my pile 3. Also, the number 3 is very important because I just realized there was a 3 card in every single section of the tarot. We have 111, and if you add those up, it's a 3. I am creative. Angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so you can co-create with the universe a life you love. Yeah, that's beautiful. I feel like this is exactly where you are being pointed towards something you love, toward creating something better. Now that you have unearthed something that you didn't realize before, you can move forward. Which is great. Think of like an arrow, a bow and arrow. Sometimes we have to bring the arrow back a little bit before it can be propelled forward, before it can be shot forward so that it can go further. And I feel like that's the energy you just got out of. So September, we are moving forward. All right, these are postcards that I wrote messages on, and I'm going to use this for some channeled messages. We have this one. I shine my light the strongest when I am truly myself. Some of you weren't really feeling like yourself previously, and now I feel like you will. Like your true self will have no choice but to shine forward. We also have this one. If you only knew what you were capable of, you'd never fear anything. Yeah, I feel like some of you were living in an energy of fear for a little bit, but now it's like you know you can conquer anything. You know your power again. We also have this one. You taught me a lot. I'm very grateful. I feel like a lot of you have learned many lessons in whatever this previous energy was. I feel like you understood the lesson and now you're moving forward. Or it could be the reason why you can finally move forward. Next cards are going to be the ritual deck. And these can be little things that you can use throughout September to help you out.
we have east, beginnings, transmission, intelligence. Yeah, some of you are looking towards the east where the sun rises. In fact, there's a little sun right here. And when I think of the sun, I think of course, the sun card of confidence in tarot, which didn't come out in the tarot, but I feel like that's the main idea, is that you're building confidence this month. Or you will be confident this month. We also have salt. This has come out in every pile as well. I feel like everybody needs a little bit of protection in September, maybe because of all the social activity. But for you specifically, it is protection. In the past one, it wasn't. But this one, you could benefit from using certain types of salts. I keep it in a bowl for protection, or you could sprinkle it around, or you could do that thing where you throw it behind your back. I see people do that. I don't like to because I have to sweep, so that's just me though. Some people, there was this one thing I saw where this woman took rock salt and put it in a bottle and just shook it around, kind of like a rattle. You know how people use sound energy to clear energy? You could do that as well with salt. And then we also have waxing crescent, declaration, options, assessment. So some of you could, again, you're building towards something here. Whatever this is, I feel like you're going to go forward with some idea that you had put on hold before, and now it's going to come into fruition. I'm going to get one more. Lavender. Maybe the scent of lavender could really help you out this month. Relief, worthiness, and tranquility. So yeah, something about lavender, which is a very magical and like, to me, it stimulates the third eye, but it also stimulates sleep, and it's very calming depending on the situation. I feel like lavender would benefit you, or lavender salts as well. Like in a bath, you could soak it with lavender and salt. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the runes Isa, Algiz, and othila, then we have your reading here for you for the month of September. So we're going to go ahead and look at your oracles to see how the month of September is going to go for you. Then we're going to dive deeply into the tarot to look at your general love and relationship and career and finance readings. So let's start with the runes you chose. So Isa is a standstill, othila is fertility, and algiz is friendship. Oh, sorry, not fertility, prosperity. Prosperity lets me know that I feel like you're going to have some sort of good, something good's going to come about with your friends, with you and your friends, especially if there has been like a standstill or something that has slowed down either your social circle, your social life, or your group of friends. I feel like something's about to come into fruition here, because when I think of othila, prosperity, I'm thinking of like you guys are accomplishing something. This could be money, prosperity. We do think of abundance, but I'm also thinking of like, for some reason, I'm thinking of like you guys are gonna, you're gonna see something through. Something is gonna happen within your group of friends. If it's not friends, it could be within your community or the people you hang out with the most. For some of you, it could even be coworkers that you end up having like friends, or even like your siblings, family, whomever it is that you spend the most time with, whoever it is that you let your hair down around. But I'm gonna look up on othila for a moment. Okay, I'm glad I looked at the book because I knew there was something off about this one. I think it's othala. Or ethel, I think, I don't know, I have 2 different books and they say different things, but this is actually ancestors, family traditions, and it's funny that I did bring up family. It could also be an inheritance. So I feel like there's been like some sort of thing holding up either your relationships with your family and or your friends, and if your friends are like your family and vice versa, this could also be the case. But let's go ahead and look at your oracles, starting with the card you chose. We have Iris, communication. So it's going to be a very strong month for communication between you and everybody around you. It wouldn't surprise me if messages that have been having a hard time coming through from people suddenly start coming through. I'm specifically seeing somebody who either lost their phone or maybe their contact list in their old phone was kind of wiped out. Something along those lines. You could also be coming into contact with family that you typically don't for whatever reason, or even friends. Let's go ahead and get more cards. But Iris is like very happy communication. This is like friendly communication, gossip even, but like good gossip. Things that need to be delivered with some sort of emotion behind it. We also have Autumn Equinox 3. Nothing is whole without the acceptance and acknowledgement of all. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like your group of friends really are everything to you, and without them, feel like you feel like you're not really whole. So for some of you, spending time with your people, whoever your people may be, is going to be of importance in September. We also have Toad, 39. Observe, for those who watch, see all. Something about observing the people around you is going to be very important as well. And Falling Leaves, 14. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. If there's anybody in your group of friends, community, work life, if there's anybody around you who makes you feel that you have to play small in order to either appease them or to fit within their group, I feel like it's time to stop that, pile 4. I've been getting messages like that very strongly for certain people that I personally know, and I feel like the same is going out for this pile. I feel like it's a common theme that is going on right now. Probably something astrological or something with the energies, but there is something about not playing small for the sake of somebody else who thinks that they have any sort of power over you. And I see this in friendship circles sometimes, where one person feels that they are like the leader, or like, I don't know, like alpha behavior or whatever. It's kind of like that. And I feel like you have been suppressing part of yourself just to be accepted by this person, situation, thing, even in the workplace. I mean, it might be different in the workplace if they are literally your boss, but still, anything and anyone that requires you to play small to appease them is not for you. And I feel like this is kind of like that standstill, the iciness that is coming through. And it's really preventing you from, I think, even being able to be friends with some of your friends. I'm not sure if there's people that have come between you, because when I think of algiz, it's a friendship rune, but I'm thinking of like this divide or like this arrow coming between two people. I'm going to get one more just for you because I feel like we need clarity. We have wool, 44. You are woven with an embrace, protected, loved, and the familiarity of finally being home. Like I said, for some of you, your friendship is like your family and your home. And with wool, I'm thinking of being interwoven. I'm thinking of being kept safe and warm as well. I feel like people will protect you. There's going to be people that you understand are loyal to you, and those who aren't. Yeah, there's something sacred here as well. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards, though, just to get clarity on either that particular situation or anything else that is happening in September for you, pile 4. For some of you, a partnership could be of importance here, whether it's your own or somebody else's. We have ehwaz. Yeah, here's that help, that guidance. Ehwaz specifically, I think the code, it's trust. It's you learning to trust people around you. And I feel like through earning the trust of people, you really understand who is meant for you and who isn't. I feel like I'm getting a very interesting social situation coming through here, so I really hope you're able to use your discernment when it comes to the people around you. But something about keeping the people around you whom you trust to be your only friends, it's going to shrink your social circle, but it's going to save you a lot of peace and save you a lot of drama. You know, I feel like it's this is maturation within friendship groups, especially for those of you who are still holding on to friends from your past. It's not a matter of how long you've known them. It's a matter of who is still showing up for you in the positive and healthy way. It's like who is still able to go with your story and you with theirs, because we do grow apart sometimes. But then sometimes people don't want to grow apart, or they want to like hang on to some sort of bond here. But what you really have to hold on is the trust, and who can you trust? It's not a matter, again, of who you've known the longest. It's who is there for you, who consistently shows up for you. Let's go ahead and get more cards, though. Let's get the animal cards. My favorite animal is pile 4. Figuring out who is their real friend and who is not. Okay, pile 4. We have the bear and cedar, leadership. Yeah, like I said, somebody here thinks they're a leader, and that somehow is stifling maybe not just even yours, but everybody else's energy, and that doesn't really seem fair. I'm getting that very strongly. But also, speaking of memes, we have the bear here. Maybe some of you are having to choose between a man and a bear, and you're like, I'm choosing the bear. Even if you're a man yourself, you're like, yeah, I'm going to have to choose the bear as well, because some of these guys out here are just plain awful in general. Let's go ahead and get more cards. Oh, and cedar. Cedar is a very grounding scent. There's a lot of cedars where I live, and I love the smell. It's very woodsy. So something about remaining grounded is important. In fact, whenever I feel like I'm a little too ungrounded, I will just smell cedar. Some people hug trees. I don't like to because they're dirty sometimes, but I like the scent of, like, for example, I'm actually burning balsam fir right now. And they're cousins, you know, they're similar. I love woodsy smells. I associate the fall season with that as well. We have the mouse and buttercup, innocence. Somebody here is taking you for a fool because we have the number 0 here, and that, of course, correlates with the fool in the tarot. But somebody here thinks they're taking you for a fool, or they may just think because you look sweet and innocent that they can do whatever they want with you, and the truth is that that's not the case. I get this a lot, especially women. You know, if you're like a petite, very innocent or young looking woman, people will think certain ways of you. I know I get that a lot because I'm 5'1" and I look younger than my years, but I know my stuff when it comes to certain situations. So I think somebody here is playing you for a fool or trying to. Yeah, I'm just hearing "shut up, buttercup." I don't know why that's coming through. Let's get one more card. I'm loving the animals here. We have snail and huckleberry. Trust in the invisible. Look, if you're getting a gut feeling about somebody, but you cannot for the life of you find any evidence, or they're not acting a certain way towards you, or even everything they say seems to be perfect, like nothing is showing or giving away that this person has it out for you, but you just know it in your gut that you do, follow that gut feeling. You have to trust in what you don't see. Or maybe even trust in what some people tell you about this person that you may not see yet, because there's something here about, yeah, I don't like this energy. I don't know what the situation is. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is very specific. So if you're not resonating with this pile, we do have 3 other ones. Back of the deck, the snake and the fern starting over. Emphasis on the snake. There's definitely a snake in your surroundings. And what the situation is, I think it depends. I just know that it is shrinking you. It is shrinking you, and you deserve better than that. Whether it's your energy, whether it's just making you, again, having to act a certain way that you don't want to. And that's unfortunate. We're all adults here, right? Why are we allowing people to tell us how to dictate ourselves? Well, let's go ahead and get more cards from my pile 4. What else is coming in the month of September? We have ghost. Yeah, you'll be ghosting this person, or maybe they will ghost you. Something about an unfair situation. I did mention there's a partner here, and I'm not sure if it's romantic, but that could also be the case. Maybe you have been forced to either ghost somebody, or maybe somebody has ghosted you because of this situation, whichever makes more sense. It's kind of like, I don't know why I'm seeing this specifically. It's like somebody is telling you who you can and can't date, which I know sounds weird, or who you can and can't hang around, which is very odd. And it's like, why would they tell you to do that? For some of you, this could be a parent. And I'm not sure. Again, we're all adults here. These readings are for 18 and up. Like, I'm not sure who is telling you who you can and cannot hang around. If it is a partner telling you who you can talk to, same thing. They're keeping you small. Very interesting. We have growth and comfort. You're growing out of your comfort zone, essentially. You are growing out of your comfort zone. And whatever your comfort zone is, I don't know, but it's new and it's different because you have grown so much. And I feel like you didn't have any choice but to grow. Because like I said, we're not meant to be kept small. We're not meant to stay small or play small or even youthful. If this is a parent trying to dictate your life, same thing. We're not meant to be playing whatever role they have laid out for us. We're meant to do whatever we are set to do for ourselves, whether that's through our own free will or if we want to, answer to some higher calling here. I feel like, yeah, and that would make sense because sometimes parents, even as their kids age, they want to keep pretending that their child doesn't know any better. And I will see this at any age. Like, doesn't matter how old you get. Some parents just always believe that they know better than their kid, which is very interesting. And we do have certain numbers here. We have 23, 39, 44. Oh gosh, my Roman numerals. We have 34 again. So 34 could be an important number. No, I said 44. But 34 could be an important number. Here we have, is that 61? Gosh, I hope at 61 your parents aren't telling you what to do anymore. But yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, we're dealing with somebody who feels that they have control over us in September, and we're breaking out of that. We are no longer dealing with that because the message here is so direct. In fact, we do have Iris. I feel like Some of you are going to come back into union with somebody that maybe somebody told you not to see anymore. Or maybe some of you are deciding to let go of a situation that prevented you from really being around the things and people that you truly want. If you want to see this as you coming back into contact with your true self, you could see it that way as well. But very interesting, the energy that I'm seeing here, and very specific of the story. There's always that one pile that has a very specific story. So if this sounds like yours, by all means, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. And if not, like I said, we do have other piles. Sometimes when I get stories like this, it means that it's a warning for something to come in the future. So again, it might be worth your time to listen to some of the things that are coming up here as a preventative measure. And then for some of you, you might already have this playing out and you will know what it is. I'm just always weird about very specific piles like this, because I want to keep it fair for everybody watching. But it could also be that a lot of people are going through something very similar. But let's go ahead and get your cards. So the first section is going to be the general reading for September. The second section is going to be love and relationships, which we will really be focusing on that. And then the third part is going to be career and or finances. So for my pile 4, what's going on in September? Let's clear a little bit of that energy of the person trying to be controlling, because what we don't want is their energy coming through in this section. So we have Queen of Swords. Don't you dare lower your voice for anybody. Yeah, don't lower yourself, your voice, your messages, whatever it is. Whatever you have to say, nobody should be telling you to be quiet here. We also have the High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. Like I said, if you have a gut feeling about somebody, it's likely right. They don't have to be showing anything. But if you just feel a weird unease, or if just something doesn't feel right, follow that instinct. Let's get more cards. We have the Three of Pentacles. What's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work. Yeah, some of you are really focusing on your friend group. Maybe you're restructuring your friend group as well. It's like, who do I really want to be around, and who do I just not want to ever have to see anymore? Or who can you distance so that you don't have to see them as often? Like somebody here could stand to be a more casual friend. We have the Chariot. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. Yeah, it's kind of like the situation was holding you back and you're ready to move on. And look, here's a little snail, just like the same snail from the oracles, which was telling you to trust in the invisible. Oh, and there's a frog here too. Lots of repeating symbology. Maybe some of you just really like animals. But what did I say anything about the frog? I'm thinking of the Frog Prince, of course. It's like you keep kissing frogs and you're waiting for one of them to be a prince. It doesn't have to be taken romantically. It's like, do you want frogs that are frogs, or do you want frogs that are royalty? You know? That's a weird message coming through. It's kind of like, you know how when you see your friends and you love them, and maybe it's because I'm mostly seeing like guy friends, you know, how guys are just, you know, they treat each other like they're just dumb, but the truth is they love them, you know, there's a love there between that. That's what I'm seeing. It's like, yeah, these guys are stupid, but they're my stupid friends and I love them. But then some guys are really stupid and you don't want to have anything to do with them. That's what I'm seeing. And I have to say in terms of guy friends, because it's just rude to say that with female friends. But maybe if you see your female friends the same way, it's like, yeah, we're all dumbasses here, but we love each other. But then some people here are really dumb and they should probably go. All right, let's get more cards. We have the Star. Have faith, the healing is in the forecast. So some of you are kind of like, there's this type of healing here that is very subtle. You could be going through this on your own and maybe you're not really sharing this with friends, but it could be because of this healing energy, because healing energy will force us to be benched at some point. It's going to force us to have to sit down, turn inward, and really listen to ourselves, whether we like it or not. Just like a physical healing. You know, if you have a broken leg, you're going to have to sit inside and not do anything for a moment, and that turns you inwards. And because of this particular energy, I feel like you start to see certain things within certain people. Or if it's a more emotional healing, it's like you're not resonating with some of the same crap you used to from certain situations, people, circles, whatever the situation is. Let's see back of the deck. 5 of Pentacles. Nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. And look how she is looking back at this house. To me, it looks like she's walking away. It's like, yeah, it was warmer there, but I wasn't happy. It could also be that maybe you're trying to embrace something new, but you're unsure of whether you should go to this or not. It all depends how you want to view this, but there's a feeling of lack. And of course, the feeling of lack could be the the unworthiness that the situation or people around you were making you feel, whether it was on purpose or not. For a lot of you, it's really going to be a combination of both. Like maybe they would joke about certain things, and even though, yes, they were jokes, like it still made you feel some type of way, you know? It's like a mean joke. Is it really a joke if it hurts? I don't think so. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to love and relationships, which is what I'm really wanting to focus on, because some of you, I can tell that you're kind of struggling understanding whether your group of friends is worth it or not. Okay, so for my pile 2, there is romance for you this month, though. I'm not sure if it's just on the back burner or if you're not as concerned. I feel like for some of you, you are going to have either a person you're seeing casually or somebody that you already have. We have the 10 of Wands, a burden. When your social life starts to feel like a burden, that's when you really have to start questioning it, because your social life should be something fun. It should feel like something that you can come to over and over again and replenish yourself and everybody else around you. It should be mutually beneficial to everybody involved. So let's go ahead and get more cards. 7 of Cups. Know that you have options. I feel like you do have a lot of people around you. This feels like a very social group or a very social pile. And if you typically aren't, I feel like if it is the one circle that you have, I feel like Spirit is letting you know that there are people out there for you that are vibing with you at your current frequency, at your current situation. You can find friends that have more in common with you now than they did from this past energy. We have the Lovers. Yeah, like I said, some of you definitely have a partner. Maybe some of you are already married and you're not really worried about romance as much as you are your friendships right now. But I feel like your partner will give you a good indication of what is going on within your social group. Maybe they have a better view of it if they are not directly within it as well. Let's go ahead and get more cards. Even if it's somebody you're seeing casually and maybe they've seen a few interactions with you and your friends, or maybe they've read a few of your texts, like the group text, or maybe they've just heard your stories. There's something about an outside person who cares about you, who is going to give you good advice about this. I'm thinking it could even be like a close family member who is rather detached, like a sibling, something along those lines. All right, we have the 10 of Pentacles, knowing that there is prosperity elsewhere. It's kind of like, if not everybody is benefiting from this, then what is the point? If only certain people are benefiting from their friendship with you, it's kind of like, that's not fair. I'm thinking of like, let me lay down one more card and then I'll show you the example that's in my head. The Devil. Yeah, there we go. Bad habits. There are bad habits here, and I don't know why there's a Scorpion here. The Devil resonates with Capricorn. So the time of Capricorn could be important, but maybe also the time of Scorpio, because we're almost there. Scorpio would be late October to early November or mid-November. And then Capricorn would be mid-December to mid-January. So what I'm seeing, Ace of Coins, you have definitely invested into this particular circle. I'm seeing like people who only keep that one friend around because they have a lot to offer the group. Like maybe somebody there, like maybe somebody within the social group is very wealthy and people always throw parties at their house or something like that, or they have good connections, so they just, you know, hang out with that person. Another way of seeing this is like maybe somebody's parents own something, so they're always hanging out at that one place. And I feel like that whole idea is just like, why are we, like, somebody is being kept around for what people can use them for, as opposed to who they are as a person. And once you lose that, do you really have those friends? That is the specific example I am seeing here. And for some of you, it could be, again, for some reason, like romantic relationship is involved within this particular group. And I'm not sure how. One way is, again, I mentioned maybe you can't date somebody because your social group doesn't accept them, which is very cliquish, very high school. And I really hope that most people who are watching my readings are not still in high school mentality. But unfortunately, some people never outgrow it. I'm not calling you out if you're in this mentality, but I feel like you deserve better friends, or you deserve better than somebody telling you who you should date, especially if you really are really into them. Like another one I'm seeing is like maybe somebody's partner came through, because I'm being shown Yoko Ono, like somebody is trying to blame somebody's partner as the reason why like the group is disbanding, or why the friendship, like the the group circle isn't what it used to be. And okay, sometimes there are bad partners and we really do want to alienate our friends from that partner because we see how toxic they are, but the partner is so in love that they don't see it. It could be that, but at the same time, it could be the other way around as well, where somebody is just trying to blame that partner for things that were already a problem within the social group. I think it depends on how you want to see it. You will know, because I'm not trying to paint that other person as good or bad here. I think it will vary for some of you, because some of you know that your friends have toxic partners and it kind of causes a rift within the friendship circle. You don't want your partner... you don't want your friend to be alienated from the group because you know the group is good for you. But I've seen it both ways, where sometimes the group is bad for the person and sometimes the partner is bad for the person and therefore the group. Take it how it resonates. And I feel like it'll be different for everybody. I think that's why the lovers came through. But also, if you have a partner, they will let you know how they are. And at the end of the day, trust your intuition. That is what is coming through the strongest here with the High Priestess. So... yeah, I hope that makes sense. I feel like this is actually going to be very life-altering for some of you. But you will know what is good for you and what is not. I trust that things will come through. There are plenty of other readings about whether you can trust somebody here or not on YouTube. Not just my channel, but other channels as well. I am sending you the energy of finding exactly the answers that you need. Because for some of you, I feel like the situation is a bit much for it to be taking this much space within your monthly reading and within your life. But let's go ahead and move on to career and finances. So for my pile 4, what do we have going on in terms of career and finances? Let's give us a break from this whole situation. We have the Tower. So something unexpected is coming in terms of money. We have the Five of Pentacles twice. I feel like this whole situation could be lowering your confidence in general, including your work situation or your finances. You know how when you feel bad within your soul, you just don't feel like working and therefore it affects your work performance? This could be doing this to you. But I'm also seeing something of an inheritance with the Queen of Cups here, because the Queen of Cups was coming through as either a mother or a grandmother figure, and the Tower is giving me this whole energy that somebody might come through with some either really good advice, some money, some sort of help, because I'm being told to take the Tower as help, unexpected help, especially if this person doesn't typically help you out with anything. They might come in and just like, you know, because I'm seeing like a mom deciding to show up one day and it's like, hey, let me just clean up the place for you, especially if you don't live with your mother. It's that kind of situation. We have the Ace of Wands, new ideas. I feel like you will find new ways of making money or a new way of approaching a job or maybe even a new job situation. And the Devil again. Be careful with your spending. Be careful with your spending. 7 of Daggers, yeah. For some of you, just be careful of either how you are spending or what people are telling you you are supposed to earn or make. I feel like people will try to take advantage of your money. If it is that same social group, like I said, sometimes people just keep people around because they are loaded and they want to use their cash. That is what I'm seeing sometimes. And I have seen people take advantage of people this way. It's like, you know, if you're always bringing the booze to the function, maybe stop, especially if you don't drink that much, or if you're always providing whatever it is that they need, food, the shelter, you know, like where they host a party. Somebody here is taking advantage of this, because I was seeing the 7 of Daggers as somebody's just not being honest here. In fact, I'm glad they have Medusa here because she's got the snakes on her head. What is coming through for Medusa? She was made a victim of a lot of awful things. So I feel like in the same vein, you may not be seeing that people are... I really don't like this energy. I'm sending you so much light, healing, and protection, pile 4. But I feel like there's going to be a mother-like figure or an actual mother who is going to have to come and tell you this and be like, hey, I noticed that you're going through something. Do you want me to help you out in any way? And I feel like Spirit is letting you know to either ask for advice if you know she is the intuitive type, or maybe just be around her for a moment. I feel like she's going to relay a lot of I'm seeing her relay like a story that she faced similarly in her past. Like maybe this is some sort of what's the word, ancestral pattern that repeats itself. Like maybe you have taken on the same qualities as either your mother or some parent or somebody in your family, of how being taken advantage of is like just kind of a thing that keeps repeating itself, and you're meant to break that pattern, break that ancestral curse, if you will, here. And I feel like once you
you acknowledge this, or once you start realizing that this feeling of lack within you is actually not you, but the people you've allowed to be around you, you start to heal. But I feel like this is going to come out of nowhere as well, because with the Ace of Wands, it's like you gain new inspiration, you gain a new vision, and you want to go forward with it. This is you literally growing a pair to be able to move forward and say no to something that you've always been okay with. You're not allowing people to tell you what to do or take advantage of you anymore. In some cases, it could be this overbearing mother who does this for you. Maybe she's the one telling you how to live your life, and maybe you're gonna have to stand up for yourself here. So it all depends on the situation. I feel like it's going to be a month of you proving to yourself who you really are. It's going to be a month of you understanding who you are meant to be, and that nobody can dictate this for you, that nobody can tell you what to do. Do watch out for people. Do watch out, because I'm going to pull more cards for you, pile 4, because how can we resolve this? How should pile 4 handle this situation? All right, first card is going to be the situation itself. So what's a great way for my pile 4 to handle the situation? We have the Ace of Cups, finding new friendships, reaching out to new people. And I feel like you will know who these new people are, because they're going to be more aligned with your same path. They're going to be aligned with your goals and ideals. Like whatever new things that you are into, it's going to be these people. We also have the 8 of Globes. Look at the things you have created and look at where you are now. I think you need to readjust your life to what it is that you are going through now, because a lot of this energy is very past energy, but because everybody is trying to hold on to some past hierarchy or some kind of past circles. I don't know, like they're trying to keep their positions. They're trying to keep whatever it is from the past, but that can't happen anymore because everybody is outgrowing each other or outgrowing situations. We have the Queen of Wands, letting me know that yes, there are better options for you. People actually want to be your friend. So if there's somebody out here making you feel awful and you don't want to be their friend anymore, go on to new people. Similarly, like with relationships, if somebody just doesn't want you, go on and move on to better people, because there's plenty of people who are attracted to you. We have Justice. Know that whoever this person is, they will get what they deserve. Don't wait for it and don't worry about it. Just know that Karma is a very, very beautiful person, and she comes through in the most unexpected ways. Last card we have is the 5 of Swords. It feels like a no-win situation because it basically is, so don't worry about it. Even if you end up losing, make sure you lose the least here. Back of the deck, Ace of Swords. Yeah, you will get a fresh perspective on this. I feel like it took some time for you to realize this or even accept it, again, because you identified very strongly with your group of friends or your family or whoever this is. For some of you, it could be family, actually. But you're so detached from that you are so detached from them that you see them as friends. That's what I'm getting. So I feel like things will be fine. Just focus on the new, focus on the things that do want you as opposed to the things that you want, and things will work out fine. You will see this karma play itself out. I feel like you're going to be very connected. You're still going to have some of your old friends from this circle will still be with you. Just not all of them, or certain key players will be ejected out, if you will. So yeah, very interesting energy. But when an energy like that overtakes a reading, I feel like somebody really needed to hear it, even if it was just, a few people. Because I don't like it when my readings get so specific. Like I said, I like to include everybody. So let's get some closing advice. This may or may not have to do with that whole scenario, but let's get your angel numbers for my pile 4. We have 26. I am tactful. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. Yeah, I feel like the situation requires a lot of tact, but also you're capable of coming up with anything that people need. So start valuing yourself as if you are worth more than whatever the situation you are currently going through is valuing you at. The next cards are going to be from my handmade oracle deck. It's just a bunch of postcards where I wrote, where I've written just, sayings and quotes and words of inspiration. So let's get this one. I cannot help but love you. Yeah, for some of you, this could be like a romantic situation where like either the person you enjoy
just isn't accepted by your friends or family. That would make more sense with family, actually. It could also be, again, that maybe the people you have to leave behind, you adore them, but you can no longer stand the energy that they are bringing here. And some people just cannot help but love you. Like, I feel like there's people out there who would rather have you in their inner circle. And it might be new, or you might have to get adjusted to it, but they would rather have you there and treat you well. We have you are abundance, you are love. Love equals abundance. For some of you, this could be affecting your career and finance. I feel like I didn't even get too much into that in the tarot now that I think of it. But yeah, it could be that whatever's going on in your life is actually affecting the way you work and or the way you spend or bring in money. And then we have this one, which I have to show because I love this. Are these poppies? They're so pretty. You'll be given love. You'll be taken care of. Bjork, all is full of love. Again, so a lot about love here. Maybe this has to do with a partner and your social group, or something about you learning to love yourself as well. Because I've always taken all is full of love as a self-love song, like a self-love journey, the love of the universe. Because if you watch the music video, which is one of the most amazing music videos out there, it's two robots that look just like each other, loving each other. It's kind of like, it doesn't matter what people look like. It doesn't matter what's going on. The fact that there is love between two people is what matters the most. Maybe that's just a random, maybe that has nothing to do with what's going on. I feel like that could just be an aside as well. Let's go ahead and get your ritual cards from the ritual deck, and you can take these to be like either lucky symbols or just things you can focus on in the month of September. The 26th of September could also be an important day, by the way. We have Sri Yantra, center, transcendence, and freedom. Yes, I love this. You are transcending the situation and seeking freedom. This symbol itself could also be very helpful if you want to keep it somewhere in your home. I used to use sacred geometry symbols within my space. Specifically Metatron, but let's go ahead and get more things for you. We have salt. This has come out in every single pile. So for September, everybody grab your salt. We all need protection. We all need protection. We all need to cleanse our space. We all need to banish some old energies for sure, because I think like everybody is coming out of some dark energy. I've gotten that from every single pile. This one, you're still kind of going through it in September, but I feel like it's because it was so heavy and it was a long time coming, and because a lot of people are involved, like not just you. It was multiple people having their hand in your energy, and you don't want that. You really don't want that. Let's get more cards. We have Raido, Journey, Rhythm, Initiation. I forgot that there were runes in this deck. But it's interesting because this also has come out for like 3 of the 4 piles. So maybe a lot of you are going on some sort of journey. I do like the idea of an initiation though. It's like you're going on something new. It's a fresh start. You're no longer the person you used to be. The letter R could also be important. So if that's somebody's initial, you could take that to mean something. Let's get one more card. Yarrow, Dream, Charm, and Allure. Yeah, you're very charming. And you have a certain allure that people, like I said, people like you, people love you. With Dream though, maybe some of you are having dreams about the situation, or maybe a dream will give you an indication of what is going on here. Back of the deck, Air. Yeah, lots of communication, lots of very, this felt very air-like to me, because air signs tend to be the more social. Strong Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. There could be gossip going on, but remember to stay grounded. Remember, yeah, violet, purple, trust your intuition as well. But this is where I leave you, pile 4. Like I said, I am sending you so much love, protection, and a big shift in energy, because you need to leave the situation. But I know in September, great things are coming for you. Do check out another pile, because the rest of them were amazing. And I feel like this specific pile was meant for somebody who needs to hear about some shady dealings. But anyway, like I said, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.